Welcome to County Magazine, a chance to find out what's new across Fairfax County. I'm Brian Ashby. On this edition, turning kitchen waste into gardening gold. We'll talk all about composting. Another workforce housing development hits a major milestone, and learn how to stay safe in our houses of worship. Plus, with summer in the rearview mirror, we'll stroll down memory lane with one of the many great concerts presented by the Park Authority this past summer. A recent solid waste audit conducted by Fairfax County's Department of Public Works and Environmental Services reveals that the average resident throws away nearly 300 pounds of food per year. That's a lot of wasted food, but there is a solution. Join DPWES for a look at how nature's recycling, or composting, can give that discarded food a renewed purpose and value.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Trash Talk. It's spring, and today we're talking about turning food waste into compost for your garden. Like this. But first, let's start with some facts. Did you know that on average, a person throws away about 6 cups of food every week, which is about 300 pounds of food per year? So last year, I participated in a waste audit. That's literally where you get bags of trash from trucks, randomly selected trucks, and you open the bags to see what is in there. And it was totally true what I had read on like Environmental Protection Agency website and other places. Almost half of what gets thrown out is food. Leftover pizza, those veggie plates with the celery sticks and baby carrots that no one touches at the office party, chicken bones, you name it. So all this food that we throw out ends up either in the incinerator or in the landfill, doing no good to anyone. So what can each one of us do to reduce the amount of food that we throw out and maybe save a little money in the process? So of course, one thing we can do is shop more carefully, right? When you go to the supermarket, only buy the things that you know you're going to consume in the next few days. But what about like your eggshells and your banana peels and your coffee grounds? What can you do with that? Well, you can actually compost it. You can turn it into fertilizer. Hey, Juan Pablo, is that what you're doing over here?
Hi, Kristen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, we are mixing all of our organic matter. This, in a few weeks and months, it'll start breaking down, and that will turn into rich soil that we can use to help our plants grow.
Fantastic. So instead of throwing it away, like I was saying, it's going to be used for something useful.
Absolutely. This is the best nutrients you can give to your plants.
Mm-hmm.
It's free because you're making it at home.
Yep.
And you can just directly apply it to your plants and your plants will grow.
Awesome. And how long did you say it takes for that to happen?
By the 3rd week, it should start breaking down, and then you'll be able to use it in your garden.
Okay, and I know another thing that's concerning is so the cost, right? And the whole reason that we might want to separate our food waste is because it's cheaper than buying a bag of fertilizer, right?
Right.
Comes in a plastic bag, you have to get rid of that.
Absolutely. This is free. It takes time and a little bit of energy and intention, and you will be able to like constantly turn all your food scraps, the leaf litter that comes from your trees and plants in the fall, into rich compost that you could use at home.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for the information, Juan
Absolutely.
Pablo.
I'll get back to work.
See you later. So if you don't have a garden, but you still want to start separating your food waste so that it can be turned into compost, you can do that. You can just get any box with a lid. I'm using my dishwasher pod box. Once it's empty, I just throw my eggshells and coffee grounds and stuff in there. And then I look for my nearest Fairfax County Park Authority Farmers Market and I empty it there. Come on, let's go. Hey Liza, how are you?
Hey Kirsten, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I brought you my food scraps to put in the compost bin.
Well, you're at the right place.
Awesome.
We have 10 Park Authority farmers markets across the county, and all of them take food scraps. So you just have to, when you come to the market, look for the tent that says compost.
Okay.
And you can drop off your food scraps in their bin.
Awesome. And what happens to the food scraps once I leave them there?
Yeah, so we work with Future Acres Urban Farm, and they take the food scraps to their facility and process them, let them decompose naturally into a rich soil amendment.
Fantastic. So is this service free for residents? Like, can anyone just bring their food scraps?
Yes, and we've collected about 300,000 pounds so far.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, is there anything else that people need to know about food scraps? Like I've read that, like I only put my coffee grounds and eggshells and banana peels, but what else should or should not go into the pile?
Yeah, so we have a list here at our markets and online of all of the items that you can compost. And so you can have this.
Awesome, thanks.
That's for you.
Okay. It says no plastic bags. What about liners? I don't have a liner, but I know that some people use liners.
Yeah, so if you do use a liner, make sure it's compostable and make sure you don't tie it.
Okay.
The other thing to note is for your fruits and vegetables, make sure you take off that sticker.
Oh, right, it's plastic.
Yeah, so that cannot be composted, so make sure you take that off beforehand.
Awesome. Well, thanks. Great information. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
Have
you're
a great
welcome.
day. See you later.
See you later.
So with over 1 million residents living in Fairfax County, if each one of us diverted our food scraps from the trash, we would generate so much less waste and help our environment in so many ways. Check out our website to learn more.
In the past few years, our Board of Supervisors has been working overtime to ensure Fairfax County becomes a more affordable place to put down roots. That's why they just celebrated a topping off ceremony at the Indigo at McLean Station, a workforce housing development that's bringing more than 400 new affordable apartments to Tysons. Take a look.
We are here at the construction site of Indigo at McLean Station, right here in the heart of Tysons Corner in McLean, Virginia. And we are celebrating the progress of the development and the construction of this project that we've all been working on.
So today is super exciting, though a little rainy. We are gathered here at the topping off ceremony for the Indigo project. It is going to be one of our exciting projects for workforce housing. That means for people who are our teachers, our firefighters, our employees at our retail, you know, people taking care of our kids, having a place for them to live. It's going to be over 400 units right here in the heart of Tysons, down the street from the McLean Metro, Capital One, and so many other exciting opportunities right here in Tysons. So every single one of these projects takes a whole crew of people. So we have the county folks, we have from our board, the chairman, and several of us supervisors. We have our Housing Commission, Tom Fleetwood, Lenore Stanton, the heads of the Housing Authority. We have SCG, the builders and all of their partners, Davis, the contractors. I heard they have about 50 subcontractors working on this. In addition to the finance folks that put a lot of different levels of financing to make these projects work. And our permitting people, because it takes a lot of permitting to take especially a retrofit and keeping the garage that was originally here, building above and next to it for the phases of this project.
We know that phase one will deliver 231 new affordable homes. I'm a numbers guy, so I'm driven by those numbers, but I have to always remind myself, behind those 231 new affordable homes are 231 individuals and families who will call Tysons home, who will be contributors to our economy and whose lives will forever be improved because of the investments and hard work that is being done here today.
Yep. The FCRHA couldn't do our important work without our partnerships, both public and private. We need them for financing, for development, for design ideas, for construction. And our Amazon partnership in this particular case is very important to us. We never could have done this type of a project in this area without their support.
In the National Capital Region alone, Amazon has already committed over $1.2 billion to support approximately 10,000 affordable homes. We're particularly encouraged by that these homes will create opportunities for families who might otherwise be priced out of this amenity-rich area. We're proud to say that over 1,000 of those units are right here in Tysons.
For more information about any of the work the FCRHA is doing as far as construction and development and the progress of all our projects, just check out our website. Everything is up there for you to see what's going on.
With an alarming increase in attacks on houses of worship, Neighborhood and Community Services and other agencies gathered faith leaders, nonprofits, and community members for the 4th annual Interfaith Resiliency Conference. It was a chance for our diverse faith community to raise awareness of the threats and foster stronger partnerships. Here's more.
We are at Fairfax Church for the 4th annual Faith Communities in Action Interfaith Resiliency Conference. This conference was created in response to attacks on houses of faith in Fairfax County. It's a great opportunity for community members, faith leaders, faith members, and nonprofits to come together and build a more resilient community.
The importance of this conversation and this conference is to talk about the safety and security of the religious communities, especially the minorities, and also what resources are available for places of worship and communities that we can benefit from that the county offers.
From there, I want to kind of tell a story through data. Unfortunately, as you just heard, we've experienced a lot. It's important that across the faith spectrum, we're constantly monitoring for what's going on, not just within our own backyards, but nationally and internationally. It's a constant challenge between being welcoming and open and sensitive to congregations and our visitors and neighbors, but we have to do so in a safe and secure way. That's the expectation that our congregants have. They want to enter a facility where they know security is being taken seriously. That could be done while applying security techniques, but in a way that congregants will simply feel like they've had a really great welcoming committee.
These conferences are really helpful because there are resources that county has and county offers, but we may not know, and that's really beneficial for us.
Fairfax County residents can get more involved with Faith Communities in Action by going to www.fairfaxcounty.gov and searching Community Interfaith Coordination, and then subscribing to our newsletter, The Common Ground. I also encourage residents to stay connected to their local faith communities or to volunteer with county agencies or our county partners.
Welcome to the 2025 vacuum leaf collection season, a time when we help clean up leaves in your community. Starting November 1st, our crews will make 3 full rounds of leaf collection across 10 designated areas. To stay on track, each area is divided into labeled sections, A, B, C, and sometimes D. 2 leaf areas will be serviced simultaneously. We've made it easy for you to stay up to date. You can scan the QR code on these signs or visit our website for the latest information. You'll see the start and end dates for your area, along with the status of each collection. To ensure smooth pickup, rake or blow leaves to the curb no more than 4 feet from the edge of the street by your posted collection date. No bags needed. Be safe. Keep leaf piles clear of storm drains, fire hydrants, mailboxes, and parked vehicles. This helps us work more safely and efficiently. Speaking of safety, make sure no rocks, branches, soil, or other debris are in your leaf piles. They could hurt staff and damage our equipment. Looking for a sustainable alternative? Leaves are a natural fertilizer, and mulching them into your lawn or garden is an easy and eco-friendly way to return nutrients to the soil. Thanks for working with us to make this year's leaf collection a success.
This year's Park Authority Summer Concert Series delivered some of the region's greatest musical performances to our most beautiful natural spaces. So with summer over and winter on its way, let's take one last wistful look at the carefree days behind us with a song from Anthony Swamp Dog Clark performed at Lake Accotink Park. Check it out.
I've got my mojo working don't work on you. I want to love you so bad, I don't know what to do. Listen, I'm going down Louisiana and get myself a mojo hand. I'm going down Louisiana and get myself a mojo hand. I'm gonna have all them women wretched at my command. I've got that mojo working. I've got that mojo working, baby. I've got that mojo working. I've got that mojo working. I've got that mojo working, but it just don't work on you. Come on, Joe. But it just don't work on you. I've got my mojo working, people, but it just don't work on you. I want to love you so bad, I just don't know what to do. I'm going down Louisiana and get myself a mojo hand. Going down Louisiana and get myself a mojo hand. I'm gonna have all them women's wretched at my command. I got that mojo working. Got that mojo working, baby. Got that mojo working. Got that mojo working. Got that mojo working, but it just don't work on you.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of County Magazine. Thanks for joining me. Remember, there are countless ways to get involved in your community and make Fairfax County an even better place to live, work, and play. I'm Brian Ashby, and we'll see you next time on County Magazine.